Hey, hello, my dear YouTube friends. How are you doing today? And welcome to my video. If you're new here, hi. I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. I would love for you to be here and to watch my videos and become one of my friends. And if you're back, hi friends. Welcome back. I'm so happy to see you. And both new and those who are back, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does help, my video get around and all the YouTube algorithms. So yeah, this video is a Wip Chat. I do those every Tuesday. And if you don't know what a Wip Chat is, Wip, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, which this is my work in progress, a diamond painting, and chat, that means I'm gonna chat your ears off for a while. So yeah, I do this every Tuesday. And before I get into all of this, I want to ask, how are you doing today? Please let me know down in the comment field. I would love to know also what you're gonna be working on while I'm doing this. So a Wip Chat, you can work alongside me. You can knit, you can crochet, you can cross stitch, you can take a walk, you can drive your car, whatever you want. Treat this like a podcast. So my whip today, my work in progress, is this diamond painting. This is from Diamond Art Club, and it is called The Boy Who Lived. There is 55 colors in this one. It is square drills, and it is 56 by 79 centimeters or 22 by 31 inches. I love Harry Potter. Yeah, I love that world, and I have for way too long by now. So the colors is a little darker than I would usually prefer. And right now, as you can see, I have it upside down. I usually always start like that. So yeah, other than that, hang on, I need to sit down again. I needed to see what you were seeing. So I have my Bella Art Nicole trays. I am growing so much in love with these, and especially these teeny tiny ones. Even when I have a lot of drills, I am basically using this one. I do also have my tweezers, my Diamond Art Club branded tweezers. I love these. They aren't very sharp, so that makes them amazing to put down, more than one drill if I'm doing that. And then I have these very, very, very pointy tweezers from AliExpress. I use these if I need to remove a drill. I also have my Enabler's Outpost pen. This is the Amethyst pen. I love it. It is so thin. I love it, and it weighs almost nothing. That is amazing. And then I have my drills in these Elizabeth Ward wannabe containers. I love them. So yeah, I think that's it. So I am trying a new, what do you call it, a new way of doing my squares. I might not keep at it, but right now it's kind of interesting to me. So I have used the checkerboard method for quite a while. Usually I only do one color at a time, but I have seen people, doing the entire square in checkerboard and then fill them in afterwards. And yeah, I had to try that because, I want to try everything. So I have done this for a few squares by now, and it's actually kind of fun. So yeah, as you know, I have a window right up there in front of me, so the light comes in weirdly and I can't really see in the daytime. I have a hard time seeing the symbols, so I usually do like this so that I'm able to look at my symbols. So my first symbol is the U. And as you can see, I am, using my tweezers to place the drills, just because that is so much easier. when you're doing the checkerboard method. So, yeah. So like I asked, how are you doing? I hope you had a great week since my last Wip Chat. I don't know if you can remember, I told you that David had an accident last Monday evening. And he was a little more hurt than we originally thought. I think I told you that he had this burn on his knee that we were treating when he came home. But it also turns out, and we didn't go to the hospital because if I'm correct and his sister is correct, they can't do anything anyway. But I suspect, and other people have said they think the same, that he have at least one or two bent ribs. That it can't do anything about that. It just needs some rest, and he stayed home until Monday this week. He's not very good at being, not being at work and just sitting around. He's not very good at that. So sometimes I had to kind of threaten him to tie him down to the chair or something if he didn't sit down. But again, we didn't have a whole lot of time to just sit around because we had to prepare for Friday when we were having my mother-in-law's urn put down, in next to my father-in-law. So we needed to get ready because we were having, guests coming over afterwards. So we needed to vacuum. Well, Dora did most of the vacuuming, but I also told you that Spock was kind of having his urine infection. So he had been peeing basically all over the house, so it wasn't smelling very good. And he had been peeing on the carpet, so those smells were hard to just wash off. So we have this vacuumer that can wash carpets. So David had to do that because I don't have the strength to do it. And that wasn't, that good for his ribs. But, like he said, I will rest afterwards. And I wasn't completely happy with it, but, what was I supposed to do? We needed to do something about the smell. We couldn't have 16 people coming into a house and it smelled like, I don't know, a men's bathroom. So yeah, we were cleaning and getting ready, and I don't know, we were ready on Friday. So yeah, we were at the cemetery, and the person that was supposed to show us to the grave, and usually they put down the urn as well. But she basically, we told her that we would be singing some songs and then put down the urn. So she was like, I'm going over here to do my other work, and then you can put down the urn and sing your songs. And then when I see you, take a walk around the graveyard, because it's just by the water. It is beautiful over there. So then she would come and cover the ground and put down the headstone again. So, we sang the songs, and David and his siblings lowered the urn, and I filmed that, but that is private, so I'm not going to show that to you. But I did make a little film of them lowering the urn into the ground. And then we went down to the waterside, you know, to talk and to look at the water. I remember this from back when my father-in-law was lowered into the grave. There was a cat over there, and they still have a cat over there. And this cat, the person who helped us said, this cat comes every time a person needs to be buried or something, just to, to be social and to talk with them and, be around. The funny thing, though, is that cat won't come near the personnel. It won't let them touch it and cuddle it. It's only the guests, guests that it allows to talk to it. So it's kind of like, a comfort cat over there. And I love that idea. I mean, it's a stray. It doesn't have a home. Well, the cemetery is its home and they feed it. But can you imagine, every graveyard having a cat that is just meandering about and talking to the people who comes there, to grieve and talk to their loved ones? I absolutely love that. I mean, I do remember the cat being there, but I can't remember if it's the same one. I just remembered there being a cat. So yeah, that was cute, and it was basically walking around us, taking care of everybody, if you can say it like that. It was around. So I found that amazing and beautiful, and especially because my mother-in-law loved cats. She absolutely loved cats. So it was very appropriate that the cat was around when, she was lowered. And it was, sniffing the urn and the flowers, and it went to the grave hole and looked, took a look down, to kind of inspect, is everything okay here, I need to make sure that this is good enough for the grave, And it's kind of, we all felt like it needed to make sure everything was good. So that was kind of assuring in that moment. So she was lowered. We went to look at the water, and then we came back, and the urn was buried, and we sang a last song, and then David and I left rather quickly because we needed to go pick up these big platters of bread with, I don't know what the word is. What do you call that? Hang on, I need to ask Dr. Google again. There's way too many questions that I don't know, or words that I don't know how to say. Hang on. What's the word? Toppings? Is that the word? Yeah, cold cuts. Yeah, that might be the, with cold cuts and yeah, we had eggs and fish and stuff like that. Just because we met over there at 11, and some people had come from, not far away, but about an hour or so away. And my sister-in-law had driven, for 2 hours, so she had a way to drive. So we had lunch. It was kind of like a wake, but we called it a celebration of her life and the fact that she would have turned 80 the very next day. So, we were kind of meeting to to celebrate her life and her 80th birthday. And, people went home when they felt like it. So we were 14, we were supposed to be 16, but a couple of people couldn't get off of work or was sick on the day. One of the cousins has a bad back like me. So she wasn't feeling good. She was in a lot of pain that day, so she couldn't make it. Her boyfriend is the wrong word to use. They've been together forever. So I would call it her husband, even though they're not married. We have a more relaxed word, feeling about that word over here. I'm not even sure they're engaged. I don't know. They've been together forever. But he came, which was very, very nice. I mean, that way that part of the family was represented. And then another one of their cousins, her, again, girlfriend, wife, I don't know, can't remember. I don't think they're married. I couldn't get off of work, and yeah. So we were 14, mostly family. There was one other that wasn't. She was a family friend from when David and his siblings were kids, that, they ran over there all the time and played with their kids and kind of had a little haven away from home. And I was so glad to meet her because I have been hearing about this woman for the past 20 years. So I was like, yay, finally I have a face to the name, She was so kind. Yeah, very, very kind woman. So I told her, she was always welcome here. So yeah, and she was so surprised to see David again because she haven't seen him since he was a boy. And she and I were talking, I showed her around the house, and she asked me at one point, so what does David do now? And like, he's a truck driver. And she looked at me like, yeah, of course he's a truck driver. That boy loved trucks. I mean, every time he heard a fire truck or an 18-wheeler or whatever a big car, he was running down out the house to the bigger road just to see those big cars, those engines drive by. So she said, whenever you can hear a fire truck or military truck, something, an ambulance, whatever, you knew exactly where to find him. I mean, I told her, yeah, I've kind of figured that out because we have all his childhood drawings, and almost every single one of them is trucks or fire engines, So, yeah, no surprise that he's a truck driver. That was, it's kind of funny to talk to someone who knew him as a young boy, to hear all these little stories. And then she told me that one time David's bigger brother and the boy in that house were playing a video game. And little David, I mean, remember, David is 8 years younger than his brother, or as we call him on this channel, he who must not be named. They were playing a video game, and David was watching them, and he really wanted to join in. So he was very polite and very mature, she told me. He asked them, can we take turn playing this game? And the bigger boys were just looking at him and say, no, walk away. And we're like, you can't treat that little boy like that. I felt so sorry for him. And that family friend were like, he was so polite. And they just turned him down. I'm like, my poor baby. He was just asking nicely. bad boys. But yeah. And sometimes he was like, oh, if we just needed, to get a little break from him, we would just say, David, can you hear that big truck driving by the house? And he would just be away for 5 minutes or so. So, just a little break. But he would always return and go like, there wasn't any truck. Oh, I must have misheard then or something. Oh, it's so funny to hear all these little stories. Yeah. But it was actually a good day. We saw David's auntie. I find it so weird because you just have the name aunt. This is David's paternal aunt. She is 82. And she's an amazing woman. If you would see her, you would say, oh, she's maybe in her 60s. She is an amazing woman. I really, really love her. And we haven't seen her for years because she have kept away because of certain family members. She couldn't stand those. One of them being her younger brother. So yeah, it was so good to see her again. But the whole day was basically nice and quiet. People were talking, remembering my mother-in-law and enjoying seeing each other. We don't see each other that often, which is a shame because we don't really live that far away from each other. The furthest one away is my sister-in-law. She lives about 2 hours away from here. So, but the rest of us is mostly within an hour, I think. Where is my next color? There. There are so many grays and browns, and I can't wait to get down here where there's greens and yellows and pinks and just more colors. Because I'm like, I need color in my life. See, this is 413, a dark gray. We have a bunch of those. So hopefully when we get further down, next row, I just have this teeny tiny square left when I'm done with this one. And then I can, I don't know if I'm going to turn it around already or if I'm going to do the next square as well. Or the next row, I don't know. I need to see. Usually that is, I decide that when I get to it. So yeah, that was Friday. And then we figured out that Spark isn't necessarily peeing because he has that infection, because then he should have, responded to the treatment, and he's still peeing. So I called the vet Thursday, and sadly he called me on Friday when we were busy, so I need to call him back. And yesterday was a bad day because, of the weekend. But we think it's because he wants to dominate. He's either dominating or afraid of something. We don't know what it might be, but we need to know what's going on because he's basically ruining our house, and it's driving me bonkers whenever I get up in the morning and I smell cat urine. But yeah, thank God I asked everybody on Friday if it smelled bad, and most of them were like, yeah, well, there's a little when you enter the house, but everywhere else, not a smell. I was like, phew. I knew about the front room because I was looking all over where it might be. So yeah, but I'm glad that nobody felt like they were sitting in a litter box, because I would have hated that. But yeah, we need to figure out what's going on with that little cat. Because, I mean, David and I talked about it. We're like, we can't have a cat that is basically ruining our house. And we would both be so sad if we had to, send him to the Rainbow Bridge, because he's just 2 years old. He's a baby. He's our baby. We had him since he was about 6 or 7 weeks old. So, but he's very jealous, especially of Pelle, the ginger one. He's like, every time we talk to him, he comes running and wants attention instead of us giving it to Pelle. And yeah, I don't know. We need to discuss this with our vet. I mean, maybe they even have to keep him for a day, overnight, for them to be able to, get a urine sample from him, to make sure that they can check that one out, or look at his, I don't know, bladder or whatever. We need to know what's going on here. Thank God we have insurance on all of our cats, so they might cover some of it, because that might end up being expensive, but they're our babies. So yeah. I also need Max and Pelle to go to their yearly checkup, get their vaccinations and being checked up, is everything okay? And so I need to book a time for that as well. The little ones, the babies, Spark and Fox, are going in around Christmas. So yeah. So there is a lot going on in the household, Warming Hansen household. We need a little, David and I looked at each other and said, this has been the year from hell. I mean, we need 2024 to be a little more relaxed, because this is draining, Give us a grip. I mean, we had 2020, 2021, and 2022 wasn't the best either. So I mean, like, we need a break, We need to be able to just be without anything big happening. So yeah, we cross our fingers that 2024 will be better, hopefully. But yeah. So Saturday was my mother-in-law's birthday. David's sister had, she spent the night here, so we were having a relaxed start of the day, and had coffee and tea, just talking a little. And then he who must not be named showed up at around 2 p.m. for them to look through of some of the boxes that they placed out here from their mother's house. So they went through those. Some of it, needs to go, being recycled. We have this big recycling thing in Denmark, so everything is being recycled, and a lot of it went into old iron. So yeah, we just need to take it there. And others, they say, I would like this and I would like that, and it was divided. Do I have all of it? Yeah, I think so. I picked one thing that I would love to have. It's this little, it is used if you smoke pipe. And then you can, place your pipe in it. But it is beautiful. I don't have it in here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I might take a picture of it and put in. It's beautiful. It's silver. And I'm like, I saw it and I was like, oh, that is so beautiful. Isn't it funny sometimes how your drills doesn't go down all the way? It isn't popping. I don't have any popping drills. It's just sometimes you don't get them snug enough put in. Where is my color again? I need this one. 415. Another gray. Oh, for the love of gray. I do have a lot of these colors that are stuck. Especially the one color that I have like a gazillion bags of, 3371. I have so many of those that are stuck together. I do have this little bottle. It's a vitamin bottle and I have a coin in it. So I make, I call it shake and bake just because it's funny. So, I can get them unstuck. I only had a few so far that I can't get unstuck. But that is okay. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of trash drill yet. And hopefully it stays like that. I just have this little pewter thingy. Isn't it adorable? Look at him. It's kind of like a little boy sitting, on his own legs. And I just have this small amount of trashy drills. I mean, most of them have these little thingies sticking off of them so they won't sit flush. And then we have these little itty bitties thingies, but yeah. But I like this one. This is adorable. This is another knickknack from my mother-in-law's and my father-in-law's house. A lot of her stuff was never even unpacked from when she moved into her little townhouse. So it was just up on the attic, sitting there until they empty it. They did empty out her attic. So yeah. But I saw it and I was like, ooh, I like that one. And now it is in here, holding my trash drill. I mean, it's a little more cute than having it in one of my Elizabeth Ward containers, right? I like that one. So yeah, that is, I think that is about the weekend. Yeah, right. The brother left when they were done. And not long after that, my sister-in-law had to go home too because, yeah, it's been a long weekend. Well, Saturday. But, a lot has been happening, and she had been up very early on Friday morning. Plus, you have a cat at home. I mean, the neighbors do look after her when she isn't at home, but she wanted to get home to her and, relax a little. I think she had to go to work on Sunday. I can't remember. But yeah, she left at around 6. And David and I were just relaxing. I was in here diamond painting a little because I needed a little peace and quiet in my head after 2 days of my brother-in-law. I mean, my sister-in-law was like, oh, he behaved so well. And David looked at her like, well, not really. Whenever Mia was saying something, he was muttering under his breath. And I was like, what? Really? Why? I mean, kind of like, making these little snide comments of whatever I was saying or telling, And I was like, I mean, you gotta be kidding me by now. I mean, but again, I'm not surprised. I'm just like, you know what? I mean, do you get by now why I don't have any need to see him? Because why? I mean, I don't get it. What have I ever done to him, you know? I never did anything. I was just here. I started dating his brother, and apparently that's enough. I'm not good enough in his world, which again, he needs to live with it because, you know, we've been together for 20 years by now, known each other 23. So if he has an issue, get over it. I'm just, why do you want to spend that much time on something, you know, that you can't change anyway? I mean, I'm not going anywhere. So why do you want to spend so much time on being, I don't know, unfriendly? I mean, I live in that man's head apparently, since I don't know. I'm just, yeah. It doesn't really surprise me anymore, but I'm still, every time I hear something, you know, and like, why? I don't get it. I mean, yeah, I don't get it. But if he has a need to let me live in his head, please, by all means, do so. But don't expect me to, I don't know, let you decide what I'm doing, what we're doing. I mean, he doesn't have a say in our life, you know. I'm just, yeah. We talked about it. Can't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday, and yeah. My sister-in-law was like, yeah, maybe it's because he spent so much time alone that he's basically just talking to himself and he's not aware of it. And David was like, I'm not really sure that it is, because it was mainly when I was talking, you know, me. And, you know, he did comment a little on a few others, but we know that that is people he also has a hard time with, like their cousin's wife, because she's loud, and she got a brain damage some years ago. She's a vet, and a cow, you know, kicked her, and she got a bad brain damage. She is functioning, but she doesn't, you know, her memory doesn't work very well, and yeah, some PTSD and stuff like that. But she can't remember what she already told us, and she's speaking very, very loud, especially when she's getting tired. So it can be a little, you know, when you're getting tired yourself, and she is like, blah, 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 you know, very, very loud. And I'm like, ugh, I'm tired and my head needs a rest by now. So yeah, we need to figure out how to, you know, kindly tell her, you know, can you take it down just a little, you know, just a little, because we're getting a headache over here. And, you know, you need to find the right way so you don't insult her or make her sad or something. It needs to be done the right way, instead of just, you know, shut up. And another thing is, you know, if we're talking about something, and again, I don't think she is doing this on purpose, but she always has something like it happening, you know, like with my mom or my father, or yeah, and it's that brain damaged thing that is basically talking, which we all know, but it can again be, you know, because we've heard those stories before. I mean, we don't mind. It's who she is, and I love her dearly with my every being. She was one of the first ones from David's extended family that I met, and she just embraced me, took me into the family, no questions asked. So yeah, and I love their kids. David's cousin and her, I love their kids. I've known them since they were, I don't know what. Oh my God. He's turning 30 next year. So that would have been since it's 20. So he would have been 9, maybe. So he would have been 9 when David and I started being together. And I didn't meet him until a few years later. So he might have been 12. The oldest of them, he'd been 12 when I met them the first time. And then the daughter would have been 9 or 10. So yeah, I love them dearly, all of them. So basically, you know, they're my nephews and niece, you know, just because we're, yeah, they're family. They're I care about them and I follow them, and I've known them since they were, you know, big kids. And now the eldest is turning 30 next year, and I'm like, wait, what? Who ever told you that you can be that old? I don't remember telling you that you can turn 30. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, he turns 30 next year, and next year I'll be 45. I mean, I'm 15 years older than him. So yeah, I could be, I don't know, a much older big sister, you know. Is that really true? Is it only 15 years? Oh my God. But then again, David is so much younger than the rest of them. So yeah, wow. It never occurred to me that it was only that, 15 years. I have always been like, yeah, I can be your parent, kid. But I can't. Well, unless I became a mother very, very early. I never thought about that before. Oh my God. Now my mind is blown right now. See what happens when you just blabber away? You end up thinking about something. Oh my God, my English today. I feel like I'm lisping or something. I'm so sorry if that's the case. I don't usually do that. But I am in a lot of pain, so that's another thing. Sunday when I woke up, my bag and I wasn't really the best of friends, which isn't unusual when we have had a weekend with a lot of stuff going on. And Friday was a little hard because, company and running around, doing stuff, getting stuff ready, just sitting, on chairs. Usually I would be in here and in my comfy chair, my secret lab chair, so that is more comfortable for me. But we were just sitting at, the kitchen, the dining room chairs. And I mean, I love them. They're very comfy to sit in for a while. Not when you're supposed to sit in them the entire day. Did I just... Yeah, I forgot one. I forgot one of these. There you go. And hang on, turn around. So yeah. And then again, yesterday, Monday, usually Monday is Rosa Day, and there was another one. So I had to text my brother and say, well, I did text him on Sunday and let him know that, today is a bad day. So I'm just giving you a heads up. If it's still going on tomorrow, I can't pick her up. So when we went to bed, I texted him and said, just a heads up, my back is still hurting pretty much. I will write you tomorrow if it's changing, so that he knew if I were able to pick up Rosa. So the next morning it was still bad. Not a surprise for me, but so yeah, no Rosa this week. And I miss her, she's my baby. She's my niece and I do love her. And I miss her when I don't see her every week. I mean, it's kind of like she's part of my daily life, I see her once a week and I get pictures and little videos and yeah. Ooh, and she got her first boyfriend. One of the boys from her kindergarten, her daycare. I was like, ooh, that is kind of cute. My little baby has her first boyfriend at the age of 3. I mean, hello. I didn't get my first boyfriend. Well, that's not true. Well, really it is. I've kissed some boys and, but I've never had a real boyfriend until I was 19. Yeah. I don't know, back then it was more normal to be, a late bloomer or whatever you want to call it. I wasn't interested in boys at all. Because I was bullied so bad, I didn't have an interest, They were bad people. They were, I didn't know if I could trust them. So that was an issue too. I never knew who I could trust and who I couldn't trust. So I just stayed away. That was so much easier. But then I moved to Berlin and I met kind people and people that actually wanted me, in their life. So yeah, I got my first real boyfriend down there. I lost my virginity down there. Oh boy. Let's just hope my mom isn't listening to this. Well, if she had ever listened to any of these, I would have known by now. But yeah. Oh, my life. Imagine me. I didn't have a real life until I moved down there. Isn't that sad? I think it's sad that I didn't really lived before I moved down there. Before I was just there. I didn't, my mom controlled basically everything. And then I moved down there, which wasn't, she wasn't particularly happy about it because then she couldn't control me. But I needed to get away. I needed to have a life of my own, see the world, get to know me. I mean, that's important. And I was 18 when I moved down there. Yikes. I'm tossing things around here. Are these 8 or 9s? Hang on. I need my magnifying. Are they 8 or 9s? I can't. Yeah, they're 8s. Aren't they? Hang on. 9s. Why can't I see that? Hang on a second. I need to make sure I'm picking up the right one. Hang on. And we're back again. They were 8s. The issue is that the printing is a little weird here because the 8 and 9s are very, very close. So sometimes it's a little, is this an 8 or 9? Even, I mean, the colors are very close, right? I mean, can you see? I mean, you can see the difference when looking at them, but when you're looking at the canvas, there isn't this big color difference. So you need to be kind of particular that you're getting the right color at the right place. So yeah, I mean, when I'm not filming, it isn't an issue. But because I'm filming right now, I need to be a little more, I don't know. Usually I would, like I just used, I would use my magnifying glass, but I don't do that while I'm filming. So yeah. But yeah, I can't wait to see how many colors. In one of the other squares here, I used 20 different colors in one square. And I was like, wow. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's that many colors here in the top. But it's kind of funny to see how many I can get up to. Where did that color go? There, we need one of those. Oh, come on. Thank you. But yeah, I love to see how many, how many colors I end up with just for the heck of it. So when I'm done with this row, I'm going to cut off the plastic. I've never really learned how to use that little ceramic cutter. I end up having plastic all over the place and cutting where I'm not supposed to cut, and I don't know. I might be a little, I don't know, on that point. I have no idea why I can't do it. I just cut everywhere else where I'm not supposed to, even though I'm trying my very best. Maybe mine is faulty or something. I don't know. Was that it? Was that it? I think that's it. Woohoo! My square is done. So I'm going to keep these drills in, and I'm going to see how many colors. We have 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14 colors in this little square. That's not so bad. 14 colors. It could have been a lot worse. Yeah, I think it's funny. I mean, you might think it, I don't know, silly or whatever. But for me, it's just, it's making it a little more interesting for some reason. So now I'm going to use my pen to fill in the blanks. And I have my little pups. Yeah. I didn't tell you, but I have my Diamond Art Club single placer with a glue dot in it. At the other end, I have my Diamond Art Club 3 placer. It's a learning curve. In it, I have my own scented putty. And then this look at it. Isn't it beautiful? I really love it. There is, it sparkles, and then there is these big flecks of, I don't know what it is, but big sparkles. It's so beautiful. I just need to remember that I have to, change the pen every now and then so I don't use one. I mean, why have more pens if you're not using it? So I just need to remind myself, use other pens. Is that it? Don't I have any more 8s? No. Oh. Well, I must have covered most of them with the tweezers then. Not bad. Okay. So now I need my 7s. So this is the weird me again. Well, I'm not stringent about it, but especially if I have the numbers, 1 through 9, I'm trying to fill those in first. Just because, again, I can. But yeah, I do have my little weird sides. Sorry for the kringle. I need to learn how to cut off the plastic. So that was 8 and 7, and then we have number 2, this beautiful blue AB. Isn't it blue? Blue purplish AB. I just have one drill in this color, so but I still kept it out, so that I could see how many colors there were. Oh, sorry. The yawning is still horrible. I never think I'm gonna get rid of it. It's okay. I can live with that. So yeah. I'm sorry for not having my unboxing and fairy tale reading last week. But yeah, Friday we had that urn thing. Then Saturday we had guests, family. And when they left, I was just done. I needed to sit down and do nothing. And we didn't really have a lot of time beforehand, so I didn't get to pre-record anything. Plus, it is a little difficult for me to pre-film when David is home. It's just, yeah. I don't do that very much. I sometimes do, on Fridays. But, yeah, Friday wasn't an option. So I was like, well, I'm pretty sure you'll survive without a few videos. But yeah, I'm back, and hopefully this week there won't be any mishaps in the videos that goes up. So yeah. That will be this video on Tuesday, my unboxing on Friday, fairy tale reading on Saturday, and my live on Sunday. I don't know if you were in my live this Sunday, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, we had another sneak peek from Francesca's Studio Works, and yeah, that's a perk in my lives, that every now and then Francesca shows us one of the upcoming diamond paintings that will be sold in her shop. So yeah, I can recommend being there from the beginning, because sometimes she shows them very early in the live, other times it takes a little bit longer. But usually she is showing us these beautiful artworks that is just mesmerizing, and wow. This Sunday she showed us a beautiful fairy. So yeah, pop in, see what she's showing us. Who knows? maybe we get another sneak peek on Sunday. So stop by, say hi, and yeah, I would really love to see you there. 318 there. But yeah, I think it's been about an hour. Ooh, almost. So close. An hour and 19 by now. So anyway, thank you for being here, my friends. And I urge you again, give a thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow and all the algorithms. I don't know what. So yeah, let me know down in the comment field how what you were working on, how you're doing. And if you're new here, there is a comment, a subscribe button somewhere down here. Please ding that and, push that and ding the bell next to it and choose all, so you'll be notified whenever I put up new videos. So yeah, let's talk more in my next video, and have a great and amazing week. Until next time. Bye, everybody. Bye. Love you.